Start in auto.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Mid-Season Classic. Frank, this game has taken us all over the world to some absolutely beautiful spots, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen in a long time, the cliffs at Lighthouse Point along the eastern coast of Maine.
Yeah, it's always fun when we head up in the northeast area. Golf's been in this area for a long, long time. This golf course hasn't. Rather new design by Brandt and Patel, and it's lengthy, 7,700 yards. You'll get to hit just about every club in the bag, so good test today.
So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number one. Frank, this is where you find out if you are a gamer with a capital G. First tee, final round, you're in the lead. Can you hold it?
And this is also where you find out if your best stuff is good enough.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
Safely aboard. Birdie try again here today. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Now at the second hole here at Lighthouse, it's a par 3, 234 yards. Difficult hole, Frank, especially when the wind picks up.
It is, and you can see with that bunker on the right side, that's obviously the bailout area, because the problem side is to the left of this green. That's where the cliff starts to run all the way down to the ocean. This is a very difficult par 3, not just because of its length, but because it's exposed to all of Maine's elements.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Well, how about this start? Birdie, birdie to open the round. Frank, I like the mix of holes as we start out here at Lighthouse Point. Tough par 4, then a par 3, and now a scoring opportunity with a par 5 at the third.
Scoring opportunity with a good drive. Very thin fairway here, Rich. This hole is built for accuracy, and players off the tee, they're going to have to try and hit this fairway. Long fairway bunker runs almost the entire length of this hole, and it could act actually as a little helper, stop you going down by the cliff, because anything left, obviously, on that cliff line will go all the way down to the ocean.
This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there, and the other good thing too, he's actually putting well.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Well, Frank, as we know, golf is not played generally on a flat surface, and here we go, uphill.
Yeah, and the uphill lie is going to guarantee you more loft than normal, so you're going to have to counteract that with maybe an extra club.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Fifth hole, and we pick up the action. Frank, the Maserati's tuned up early, running 120 on the first few holes here.
Yeah, you've got all 12 cylinders going. Just a player in full flight. It's amazing how that club's tearing through the air, I don't know, 100, 120 miles an hour, all just sailing down the fairway. Managing to hold those greens, and of course the greens today are putting so beautifully, so we have a chance to just sort of light it up there today.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. This is a good-looking shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Go ahead and do that for birdie. Now at the sixth hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good contact, good result. That's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It's only 165 yards, Frank. This is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. What a nice shot. Right on the green, and a pretty easy putt on the way. Now a 7-footer.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
We move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out. Excuse the pun, we are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
Seems to like it. Landed for the fat part of the green. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. These putts keep the round together. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. So 9 holes down here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Checking out this 10th hole, Frank. Is this a typo? 592 yards, but it's a par 4, not a par 5. What gives?
The reason why that tee shot, severe elevation, so we can at least sort of chew 30 or 40 yards off that number. But I'm not saying this hole's short, that's for sure. So that bunker just at the start of the fairway on the left certainly comes into play. The other feature, or interesting feature here at 10, is the shared green. This green shares That little piece of property with 13, just divided by that little pot bunker in the middle.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. And he has it for birdie. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through. Well, he really moved that one. 320 yards and in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Standing over his birdie putt. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Back here now at the 12th hole, par 4, 439 yards, Frank, to the center of this green off the black tees.
And if the breeze blows left or right, this hole plays very hard. One of the reasons why, just through the fairways littered with bunkers. Not only do you have to pick the right line, but somehow you've got to get that ball the right distance as that hole bends completely to the left. Rather interesting shaped green here at 12.
This is a stiff test, no doubt. So going well up the hill to that green, will need to take an extra club here. I like the looks of this one. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
On to the 13th, and Frank, I love golf courses where you run into something you've never seen before. I have never played a par 5 of 700 or more yards. Here it is. What a drive. Just tattooed that. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Strong wind here early in the round. How do you think this is going to affect the players, Frank?
Well, they've got to be clever on club selection and the type of shot they want to hit now.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That is classy.
Not a chance of going in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Score that a birdie. Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy and Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler. 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. Big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right. So you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this.
Has it. The round continues at Lighthouse Point. And Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards. Long and straight, about 320 yards, and in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt.
A cursory look at the scorecard, Rich, and well, it looks hard at 240 yards, but that elevation is going to chew off quite a bit of yardage off the scorecard. Really, it's a good chance for a birdie on this closing stretch. V-shaped green, as long as you're on the right section of the green, could have a chance for birdie.
That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Trying to make yet another birdie. The 17th hole is another par 5 over 600 yards. You get a terrific view of Juniata Crossway Bridge just ahead. And Frank, if you jump over that bridge, you can get a dynamite lobster roll at Nielsen's Lobster Shack. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Oh,
but
it's one of the best.
It just adds to sort of the charm of this area. But what a hole this is.
S-shaped par 5. You can see it bending to the right off the tee, and then the hole starts to go the other way. Magnificent view of the bridge you're just referring to. Reachable for the longest hitters, but once again, avoid the bunkers, and they're all down the right side.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, as we arrive here at 18, I'm thinking about what we so often hear up here in New England. You can't get there from here, or can you at this par 4 finishing hole? Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Frank, uphill shot. What did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think this one will have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only in the course today, but all week long.
CBC Naruto, over and out.